Okay, let's unpack the verb. Okay, so step 1 is minus the object. Is there an object? No object. Okay, so there's no object. And then you minus off the particles. What are the particles? Voila. Actually, these particles are not attached to the verb. I'm just giving it so that there is a context for you to translate the verb. Okay, and wa means and. This one is no, not, or don't. Okay, so once you have okay, one more. Subject is waw alif. Okay, but waw alif can be all three tenses, and that's why you have to hack the verb. Okay, once you have minus them, minus O, S, and P, you are left with the V. When you are left with the V, that is the second step, is hacking the verb form. I said this, if you get this wrong, that means all 3 to 7 you get it all wrong. Okay, so you need to remember that the first step of the second step is to bring down the prefix. Okay, you follow the same, so the prefix goes down, and then the roots also go down. Sorry, the root doesn't go down. The root you will put in place of them fa'il lam. So you bring down first the prefix, and then you follow all the strokes. You follow all the strokes. Fatha is fatha, sukun is sukun, kasra is kasra, kasra is kasra, and then usually at the end you don't write because the end can change. Okay, so you got taf'il. Okay, so the third step, okay, this is the second step and this is the first step, and the third step you would need to get the form, activeness, and tense, right? So the form, you will go to the form hacker. What number is it? 1.2. Because the ya, that can be hamza, nun, ya, and ta, right? And then, is it active or passive? Active. What tense is it? Present. Okay, and because it's present, you have to bring it back to the PTA, right? So from form 1 to 2, from 1.2 you go to form 1.1. Okay, from 1.1, and then you will get fa, ain, lam. Fa, ain, lam, and then you go back to the target verb. It will be, wait, is it? Correct. It will be lam, ba, and sin. Lam, ba, and sin. Okay, because it's already PTA, lam, ba, and sin, it doesn't have affixes and so on. That means you can go straight to the dictionary without going to the 2 steps. Okay, so this one doesn't have 2 steps. You will have 2 steps here. Later we do this, you do. Okay, when you go to dictionary, you get this direct meaning, la bisa. Is it la bisa, la basa, or la basa? What's the meaning of la basa? Sorry? To cover? Oh, okay. To cover, cloak, or obscure. Okay. So you get the meaning as to cover. Okay, cover. So after that, number 7, apply it to the tense, right? What is the tense? Present, right? So you just write cover here, right? So it's cover. So this is the subject. Okay, and the particle means and, no, not, don't, and then the verb, sorry, this is the subject, and then this is the verb. Verb is cover because it's present. Subject is you all. Okay, you M3. Okay, so what is the translation for wala talbisu? And don't you all cover? In Malay? Jangan kamu menutupi. The fuller verse is wala talbisul haqqa bil batil, and don't cover truth with falsehood. See that? And you all don't cover truth with falsehood. So how do you know? Okay, this is extra information which we will go to when we take grammar. Okay, how do you know it's don't? How do you know it's don't? Okay, you know it's don't because this alif, this is alif. Sometimes, usually it is waw nun, right? Waw nun slash waw alif. But when it's alif, most likely it is don't. Most likely the la that comes before waw alif most likely means don't. Not all the time, but you can take it as 80% of the time. The la means don't instead of no and not. Instead of no and not. No. It can also be not. And you do not cover. Okay. So that's how you hack wala talbisu. Let's take a verb that needs a two-step search, okay? Which is yufsidu. Okay, let's do a yufsidu. Okay, we make it a bit complex. Okay, yufsidu nahu, so that you learn more. Okay, so can I erase this? Can I? So yufsidu nahu. Okay, we will do this together. Yufsidu nahu. What do we do first? Find the object. Any object there? Which is who, right? What's the meaning of who? He or it. Okay. Any subject? Any familiar subject? Wawnun. Wawnun means? It can mean you all if it's a ta. It can mean they all if it's a ya. It can mean you all if it's there's an alif for command but it's not. Okay, this one is not that difficult because the ya shows that it is a present. Okay, it's already in column 2. You just need to know the form. For you to know the form, you have to hack the form. Alright, so how do you hack? Two-step hacking for verb form. What do you do first? Bring down the prefix, which is ya. Done. And based on your paper, you would already have this fa ain lam. The second step in verb hacking is follow all the baris, the strokes. When you follow all the strokes, you will get yuf'ilu. This is the most important step. I cannot overemphasize it. Step 2. You get yuf'ilu, you get everything. So yuf'ilu is form number 4.2, which is the next step. You have to find the form. Is 4.2. Is it active or passive? Active. The tense is present. Done. And then you convert back, reverse, go back. Because this is present, you have to convert to the PTA. So from 4.2 you go to 4.1. 4.1 would be af'ala. And once you have converted to the PTA form, you apply to your target word, which is afsada. And when you get afsada, now you apply the two-step search. The two-step search is you search through the roots, which is number 6, right? Which is fasada. You find the word and you write the meaning there, and then you find the PTA. What's the PTA? Afsada. From PTA you take from here, which is, I think this is number 4 ke 5 gitu kan. And then you will get the meaning of afsada. So what's the meaning of fasada? To be corrupt. So to be corrupt. Okay. The thing is this. Okay, why are we doing this? Because yufsidu doesn't mean to be corrupt. Because yufsidu doesn't come from fasada. Yufsidu comes from afsada. And that's why you need to do the two-step search, because you have to go to the PTA. Okay? But like wala talbisu is already a PTA. It's already a three-letter verb without any affixes. This has a prefix. That is why you have to do the two-step search. And when you do the two-step search, you will see that afsada means to act corruptly. To act corruptly. Or remember that anzala, nazala, and anazala, the hamza means to cause corruption. Okay? So once you know the patterns and the meanings of the letters, you can just apply and go against the dictionary if necessary. Okay, kalau dah sampai maqam lah. Okay? So once you get that, to cause corruption, and then step 7 is to apply to the actual tense. What is tense? What is the tense here? Present, right? So, present. So, yufsidu here will be cause. Instead of caused, it becomes cause corruption. Okay? Caused corruption. Cause corruption. Okay, so what's the meaning of yufsidu nahu? Okay, we haven't take the waw nun. Waw nun can mean you or not. This is present. So you look at column number 13. Ya plus waw nun is equal to day. Okay, so what's the meaning of yufsidu nahu? You start with subject and then verb and then object. SVO is the way to translate it. What is the meaning of yufsidu nahu?
They're causing corruption.
Okay. Change Malay lah. Yeah. Actually, they are correcting it lah. They are corrupting it. They are causing corruption to it. They are corrupting it. In Malay, mereka merosakkannya. Mereka merosakkannya. Okay.
Seems that Malay to Arabic is easier.
In this one, sometimes English is easier. This one Malay is easier because it's just about me plus kan. So that's why I told you to write for form 4. It means me kan. Form 4 and form 2 is me kan. Alright. Form 1 can also mean me kan, but not all the time. Okay, but form 2 and 4 usually, most likely, it's me kan. Do you understand me kan, ya Abdul Ghani? No. Me kan means cause. Me kan means cause. So, yeah. So we are done with yufsidu. Okay. So I think that's enough lah. That's enough. I want to give you a homework. It's good. If you can do two, you can do fasta'inu. Fasta'inu, and then okay, this is a not really difficult but challenging one. Okay. Tu'khadun. Try to do the 7 steps. Okay, and then give me the fat when you come back. Give me the fat and the OSVP. Okay, do these 2 verbs, and next week we will discuss. Any questions? Tu'khadun dhal. Tu'khadun dhal. Okay. Okay, just a tip for you. This waw can be a waw and can be a hamza. Can be a waw, can be a hamza. So just bear in mind. Okay. Once you do this, at least 80-90% you can hack. Okay. Okay. To fulfill the 100%, I give another verb bonus because next week is noun hacking already. That's why if you can do tattaqun. You may know the meaning already, but how to hack that? Go through the 7 steps and then give me the fat and the PVSO. Right? That's all for this week, verb hacking.